Hi everyone, hope you're doing okay and you're finding home learning not too hard, and I'm sure your parents are doing a fantastic job. Today in maths we're going to be thinking about number bonds to 6 and 7. So here we have our two toadstools and I've got my counters, and we're going to find different ways to make 6. So what you might want to do is pause the video, go and find 6 toys, so that could be 6 pieces of Lego, 6 cars, 6 dolls, just so that can help you with the next few activities. You might be able to do it yourself, but if you need some toys, pause the video and go and find some. So we're going to do a few together first. So if I put one counter on my red toadstool, how many does that mean are going to be on the yellow toadstool? I can draw number 1 here because I know my whole is 6. It already tells me that, and I put 1 on there, so my part is 1. What is my other part going to be? So let's count them down. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know that my other part is going to be 5. So you see if you can have a go. I've done my whole is 6, my part is 1, my part is 5. Can you find another way? So let me put that back and I will see if I found another way just like you. So if you need to pause the video and have a go, then do so now. So here is another way that I've thought of. So I could put 1, 2, 3 on that side, and I could put 1, 2, 3 on that side. So there we have, my whole is still 6 because I've got 6 counters. The whole hasn't changed. My parts are 3. And the other part is 3 as well. So perhaps you came up with that one, but there are others as well. Don't forget, at the end of this, once you've done all the activities, you can send in your work and then I can see all the different ways that you have done for me today. So now let's have a look at a little bit of a story. So first, we've got 4 pencils in a pot. Then I'm going to add 2 more to my pencil pot, which now I have 6. So first I had 4, I added 2 more, and now I've got 6. So I can write that as a number sentence like that. 4 add 2 equals 6. Let's have a go at this story together. So can you complete the story? So we've got the first bit missing, and we've got the then bit missing. The only part we know is the now. So the now is 6. We count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know that I'm going to end up with 6. So I need 2 numbers that make 6. So what you're going to do is pause the video, draw yourself some people on a bus. So how many are going to get on first? How many are going to get on after that at the next stop? Remember, it must total 6. So you've got to have 2 numbers that make 6. So you've got to think about it, which again is where you might need your Lego bricks to represent people, or your cars, your dolls, and they can all be people getting on the bus. So just get 6 of the whatever toy you want to use, and then put them in the first and draw your picture, put them in the then, draw your picture to make now. Pause the video and have a go. So I'm going to draw my bus. Okay, I'm sure your bus is much better than mine. I'm going to do my 6 windows, and I'm going to put 1 and 2 people on there. So I'm going to put 2 people got on the bus first, and then I need another bus. Well, my bus has now got bigger wheels than it did before. That's okay, isn't it? Because we're doing about maths, and as long as we've got the maths calculation right, that's the main thing, isn't it, Nottingham? So now I know I've got 2, so I need to think of what number goes with 2 to make 6, because I know my whole is 6, so my part is 2. I know that 4 makes 6, so I'm going to draw 4 people getting on the bus, and there we have it. So I had 2 people on the bus, add 4 people on the bus equals 6. So I can do my number sentence there as well. 2 add 4 equals 6. Now some of you might have drawn 6 people on the bus there, which again is still right, but some of you might have found it easier to do your first number, then your next number, and then your now. But you could have had 6 people on the bus because obviously there was already 2 on and 4 got on. It just depends how easy you found that task. So if you have drawn it, where there's 6 here, as long as you haven't written 6 here, that's the main thing to watch out for, grown-ups. Okay, let's have a look. What's next? Bonds to 7. Very similar, but this time our whole is going to be 7. So if you've been and got some toys, you might want to just go and grab one more. So you need one more Lego brick, car, doll, whatever you're using to help you with number 7. Our whole is 7 this time, so our parts are going to be, say we'll have 1, 2 there. So what is my other part going to be? Have a little think while I draw the number. So number 2, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know that my other part is 5. So now you have a turn. Get your 7 items and then have a go at how you can figure out 2 separate ways to do it. So your whole is 7. What could your parts be? There are lots of different ways. So I'm going to have, so if you need to pause the video, if you need a little bit longer, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. That leaves me with 1, 2, 3 on that side. So my cherry diagram, I would write 4 as my part and 3 as my part because it matches my toadstools. But again, there are lots of different ways. So when you send me your work at the end, you can show me all the different ways that you've been thinking of Nottingham. Let's have a look. So we've got a story again this time. And we've got the bus. And this time there's 4 people that are on the bus. And 3 more get on. Now there are 7 people on the bus. So we've got 4, add 3, makes 7. So we can then write that as a number sentence. 4 add 3 equals 7. So this time we're going to look at different ways that we can represent a number problem, but also we've been practicing lots and lots around our cherry diagrams and we have done lots in class around our number sentences. I want you to see how many different ways you can represent this. So I'll read it to you. There are 7 animals, 3 are cats and 4 are dogs. So I know that my whole is 7 because it says there are 7 animals, so I'll underline that. I know there are 7 animals and I know 3 are cats and 4 are dogs. They're the main things that we need from that, aren't they? The numbers are the main items. There could be lots of writing, but we need to think about the numbers. So I know 7 is my whole because I know there's 7 animals. 3 is a part, so 3 cats, and 4 is a part because there's 4 dogs. So I could represent that as a cherry diagram. I could represent it as counters. So my 3 blue counters represent cats and my 4 red counters represent dogs. A bar model. So again, my whole is 7 with my parts being 3 and 4. And I could write it as a number sentence. And there are 4 ways of writing this number sentence. And I've written it with the whole first, so with the answer first. So the whole is 7, which equals 3 add 4. Again, it's up to you how you write it. You might be able to write it 4 different ways. Now it's over to you. So here we have another problem. There are 7 pieces of fruit. I have 2 apples and 5 bananas. So what I want you to do is find different ways of representing that for me. So in a cherry diagram, a bar model, number sentences, drawing pictures, however you want to represent that. Remembering there are 7 pieces of fruit and I have 2 apples and 5 bananas. So if you pause the video and have a go, and then when you're ready, press it back on play and I'll show you the next slide with some examples that I've done. So here we have our problem. So again, I will underline there are 7 pieces of fruit. I have 2 apples and 5 bananas. So in my cherry diagram, I've got my whole of 7 because of 7 pieces of fruit, 2 apples and 5 bananas. I've represented it in my bar model. I've drawn 2 counters for 2 apples. You could have drawn a picture of 2 apples. And I've done 5 counters to represent my bananas. Again, you could have drawn 5 bananas. And then I've shown you all the 4 ways that you can represent that in a number sentence. So 2 add 5 equals 7, 5 add 2 equals 7, 7 equals 2 add 5, and 7 equals 5 add 2. So don't forget to send me your work. I do look forward to seeing that on Tapestry. Get your grown-ups to send all the things that you've been doing. Hope you found that okay this morning, Nottingham. And I'll see you again soon.